Compete. A word I hold dear to my heart. It's a reflection of the Trojan spirit, an action I carry with me in everything I do. Growing up with two older brothers, competition was everything. Whether on the field or in the classroom, my goal has always been to win. At the end of the day, everyone wants to be the best, but it is those who put in the work who are able to make it happen, day in, day out. I know my why, my family. They've instilled in me the discipline and the work ethic to get me to where I am today. As I move on to this next chapter of my career, an opportunity to fulfill a childhood dream. Back to the drawing board I go. Back to where it all started.
112th selection in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Amon St. Brown, wide receiver, USC. One pride, baby! Yeah!
Well, that was their number one need to me.
For the touchdown. Amon St. Brown split the safeties, juggled and caught it. And just like his brother Equinemius, St. Brown scores in the
Slovis down the middle, in stride, on target. St. Brown is out of here. 95 yards.
Roman Holmes.
Backs it up, goes for the long ball, and what a catch! Amon St. Brown, nice like that.
Wow, what a ball there. St. Brown runs a great route on the outside.
The pressure, he goes sideline, and a jumping grab for St. Brown in traffic.
That is elite feel from Amon St. Brown to adjust with the ball mid-flight.
St. Brown to those players, but I'm just saying from an intangible standpoint and what it takes to play the position. You know, he's instinctive, he's tough, he's got grit, he's savvy. You know, there's usually I don't try to put too much emphasis on blocking for a wide receiver. I just want to see if they're tough enough and willing to do it, but he's one of the most impressive blockers that I saw in this draft class, and I just think in that phase of the game, the tenacity that he brings in that phase just says a lot about his intangibles and his football character. So a guy that's got savvy, knows how to run routes, has hands, and makes plays from inside and out. We're really excited about him. He was a guy that actually, you know, we strongly considered yesterday to consider, but obviously, as we talked about this, the value.
On any given afternoon in Orange County, California, a middle-aged man in a faded leather weight belt can be heard barking orders in a nondescript gym, herding out what he calls his house of 4.0 thugs through a workout so intense that their biceps twitch. His name is John Brown, and he was once among the bodybuilding elite, a 2-time Mr. Universe and 3-time Mr. World with a jerry curl and boulder-like muscles. The 4.0 thugs are his 3 sons, Equinemius, Osiris, and Amon Ra. They're all wide receivers, each more highly regarded than the last, and Amon Ra, the youngest, would finish high school as the #1 receiving recruit in the country at Powerhouse Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana. Safe to say that football runs in the family, or better yet, the gene pool has been awfully generous to the St. Browns, and the family has become known as football versions of the Ball family. Having a pair of brothers with name recognition helped on the recruiting scene for the 5'7", 750-pound freshman who landed his first scholarship from Utah without even making the varsity football team first. Amon Ra St. Brown learned out of necessity at a young age to compete. The youngest of 3 brothers, he dueled against his siblings Equinemius and Osiris in most of their activities, whether playing video games, board games such as Monopoly, or a game of horse and basketball. Amon Ra often found himself in competition. Mater Dei's all-county wide receiver and USC commit is not only the top prospect in the registers annual Fab 15, which ranks the best high school football players in the West. He is also arguably the most competitive player in the region. He's not the biggest or fastest kid. Recruiting expert Greg Biggins of 247 Sports said of the 6'1", 190-pound St. Brown, but I've never seen a player more hungry or competitive. St. Brown is driven off the field with his strength workouts with his father, John. He plays with a pit bull-like mentality on the field, seemingly always ready to fight a defensive back for a 50-50 ball or defend his status as the top playmaker. St. Brown was a big reason why Mater Dei went 15-0 and didn't lose a single game his senior year en route to being named national champions. A polished route runner with short hands, he overcame an early season finger injury to collect 72 receptions for 1,320 yards and 20 touchdowns in 12 games. St. Brown set the Orange County record for career touchdown receptions with 44. He followed that up by playing in the U.S. Army All-American Bowl in early January. A lot of people know who I am, so there's a big target on my back, he said. Every time they line up against me, they're going to try to beat me. I know that. And for me, it's not letting that happen. And similar to the Ball brothers of the NBA, it appears as if the youngest of these three brothers is primed to be the most explosive of all as well. Many wondered if Amon Ra will follow his footsteps of his siblings and head to college and play with them, or if he would do similar to the youngest Ball and LaMelo and set his own path. And before he made his decision to the waiting world, Amon Ra released this video.
Hey Amon, I know you have a big decision coming up. Just know, I hope you come to Notre Dame. You know we have the best football and education around, and we can play side by side. But whatever choice you do make, just know, je serai fier de toi.
Hey Amon, I know signing day is coming up, and you got a big decision ahead of you. Looking at Stanford, just know we got the best education, football, anything you can think of. So coming here will be like Notre Dame in high school. Und was immer du machst, ich bin stolz auf dich.
Next year, I'll be attending the University of Southern California. Fight on, baby.
St. Brown made quite an impact as a first-year freshman wide receiver in 2018, while appearing in all 12 games and starting 5 times for the Trojans. He had a team-best 60 receptions as a freshman for 750 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also had 2 rushes for 9 yards and a 9-yard punt return. He was just the 4th USC true freshman in history to lead the Trojans in season receptions. St. Brown had another outstanding season as a sophomore in 2019. Overall in 2019, while appearing in all 13 games and starting 12 times, he had 77 receptions for 1,042 yards and 6 touchdowns, plus 7 carries for 60 yards and another score, and 12 punt returns for 66 yards. He made the 2019 All Pac-12 Honorable Mention and Phil Steele's All Pac-12 Second Team. He also won USC's Trojan Way Leadership Award. And in 2020, the hard-to-shut-down St. Brown was dominant while starting wide receiver. Again, in 2020, he started in all 6 games. He had a team-best 41 receptions for 478 yards with a team-high 7 touchdowns. He was 15th nationally in receptions, and he was named to the 2020 All Pac-12 First Team, AP All Pac-12 First Team, and Pro Football Focus All Pac-12 First Team, with the Phil Steele All Pac-12 First Team as well, as being a USC captain. For his career, he had 178 catches for 2,270 yards and 16 touchdowns. He ranks 11th on USC's career receptions list. St. Brown, explosive playmaker and receiver who made an impact at USC as a true freshman, fluid, displays good speed, moving in any direction, and possesses quick, strong hands. Consistently extends to make the reception away from his frame and easily adjusts to the errant throw. He keeps the play inbounds and works to pick up yardage after the catch. St. Brown tracks the pass in the air, possesses outstanding eye and hand coordination, and gets vertical to grab the ball away from his opponents. He quickly gets in the breaks, stays low on his exit, and shows a lot of natural pass-catching skills. St. Brown looked every bit of a first-round prospect off of his 2019 film, but he did not elevate his game last season and even regressed in certain aspects. He's a reliable playmaking receiver with natural hands and also plays much, much faster than his 40-yard time. St. Brown possesses the ability to be a starter at the next level, yet must stay focused and consistently play at a high level. All in all, the more time I have to think about this pick, it makes me like it a lot more. The LaMelo Ball comparison is really cool to think about, but more importantly, I just think coming from the foundation that St. Brown is cut from, it gives me the most hope about his future. Him being an extremely competitive player is just the icing on the cake. You see, this is an opportunity that Amon-Ra has literally been working on his entire life. And now that he's here, I'm excited to see what he does with the opportunity. One Pride.